Hey everyone, welcome, it's Tom Wade here. Welcome to the video one of this 3-part video series. Make sure guys you watch your video right to the end because I've got some awesome value completely free of charge to give you. So as you can see guys, video one is all going to be about the opportunity. And you're probably thinking, okay Tom, what is the opportunity? I know it's about property, I know it's about making money, I know it's about having more freedom, more choices and stuff like that. But you're probably thinking, what is the actual opportunity? And I'm going to be breaking down these 3 things today with you and really walking you through the opportunity because I want to share a little bit of backstory about myself, about my journey to actually being here today. So my journey goes back to, living in my house, parents' house, teenager, wanting to start a business. Why? Because I wanted more freedom, more choices, but I did not know where to start. So I remember, similar to you, looking online, Google, YouTube, actually popped up in a YouTube ad. So the YouTube ad, what it said is you could flip properties of no money, debt, credit or experience, and no hammers or meeting anyone. You could do it all from a laptop. And this was an American guy teaching this. Obviously I'm a Brit, so I was like, okay, how does it relate to me? And we're naturally skeptical. And my parents were skeptical because, bless them, they didn't have, amazing degrees. We weren't well off at all. I always grew up in a council house. So our mindset wasn't, oh, we can start a business, travel around the world and do what we want. We didn't have that mindset. So for me, guys, I had to really be open to change, and I was, and I went on that journey. I learned, I invested in myself, and what I did is I took action, I put energy in, and I got results. And I was working a normal job. My last pay check I got, my last pay slip, I'll put it on the screen somewhere here, you'll see it around this page, was like £900 a month working at La Tartine, a little French bakery. I was working at GNC, Holland & Barrett. So I was working normal retail jobs. I did not want to go up the standard corporate ladder. I didn't want that. I wanted business. I wanted to travel. I wanted freedom. I wanted more choices in my life. And I know that's what you want too, guys. So what was the opportunity that I'm sharing with you today that got shared with me? The opportunity, guys, is something that's probably been right on your footstep, right on your doorstep for a long, long time. But the thing is, guys, college, university, the school system, our friends, society, the news, they don't teach us about how to start our own business, about how to use the internet, how the new age of people making a lot of money, having a lot more freedom than corporate jobs. But we don't get taught that. So we go down path A, and path A is, unless you love your job, most people don't, they feel stuck, frustrated, depressed, they don't enjoy what they're doing, and they feel very limited. Path B is where you take ownership, take responsibility, and you have an opportunity arise, which is starting a business, and you do that. But for me, I was like, I want to do path B, and I'm sure you can relate as well. Maybe you've tried path B, you've tried starting a business, but you don't know the map. You don't know why you really want it. You don't have the environment around you to be successful. You don't have people around you that have been there and done it and they're actually living it. Right, guys? Can you relate to that? So I definitely could. So for me, I was like, well, I don't have much money to start. And when I come across this advertisement, I was skeptical, but I was open. And when I started digging into it, I started to realize how realistic and how this has been going on for over 100 years behind closed doors. Is just not taught in mainstream society. It's as simple as that. It's not on the news. It's not in tabloids. We do not get taught it. So the opportunity, guys, that I teach is how anyone, regardless of their background, what country they live in, their experience, or anything like that, can start a property business from scratch with no money. You don't need credit or good credit at all, and no experience. Now anyone could do this from their laptop. And you're probably thinking, like I did, well, property, you need money, you need to get mortgages, loans, but the fact is you just simply don't. And that is the opportunity. Okay, guys? So number one here is, what makes this possible? What resource, what strategy, what plan what solution actually makes this possible for you to start running your own business and having passive income and producing income that comes in every month so you don't have to work a job. So that income comes in every single month, or you're taking actions, but they're actions you actually enjoy, you like to do, and basically you're in control of your own destiny. Because working a job, guys, you're not. You're limited. When you're working a job, you're limited to what your bosses say, what holidays you can go on. You feel stuck, so you don't have freedom in your life. So you're basically in prison. And this is why you downloaded my book, or you've come here today on this page, because you want more from life. But you're stuck, you're overwhelmed, you've got all these stories about why you can't do it. You've got stories and how it's not possible for you. Maybe you tried something before and failed, it didn't quite work out for you. But guys, the past is the past and today is a new day. And when I come across a page just like what you're doing now, and I took action on it, and I really took it serious, it changed my life. It didn't mean there was a get rich quick or anything like that. I did make 40,000 in my first 4 months of really doing it, and my last paycheck was £1,000 a month. That was lucky, and I was working 35 hours a week, guys, on minimum wage. And I was living in my parents' house and running my business from my bedroom at the time, back in Dedworth, Windsor. So I didn't have the perfect scenarios, the perfect environment. So maybe you can relate to that. Maybe it might not be that bad, but you're in a situation where you feel stuck and overwhelmed. Well, that's actually a good thing because you can change it. So what made it possible was property. So property investing, but specifically a strategy called wholesaling. And I'll break down exactly what wholesaling is for you so you understand what wholesaling is. In the UK, some people call it deal sourcing, no money down property investing, no money down investing. You can also call it flipping property contracts. I like that. But what I essentially call it is being a matchmaker, and I'll explain shortly how that works. Number 2 is why property and wholesaling. Why is this going to get you from where you are right now, which is here, your current life situation, to get to here, which is what you want? And that's a question I'm going to ask you guys. I want you to get clear on this short training here. What specifically do you want out of life? What income do you want to be making? Why do you want to be making that income? Where do you want to live? Where do you want to travel? How much money do you need to replace your current job income right now? How can property do that for you? How can you, what car do you want? How much holidays do you want to travel on? Do you want to give money to charity? What do you want to do? So it's important you figure out, here's your old self here. So let's just put old here. This is your old self. This is you right now. You want to change. You want to go from where you are to here. But the first thing to do is you need to get clear. What do you want and how much money do you need to do that? Because what I'm teaching you today is property and wholesaling. We're not just doing it for the sake of, oh, property, let's just do it. You want to do it as a vehicle. You want to enjoy the process, but you want to do it as a vehicle that gives you more freedom because route A, which is a job, is not quite cutting it, right, guys? That's why you're here. Otherwise, you would not be here. And it was the same for me and a lot of my clients that have been stuck and frustrated, but now have their own businesses. Doesn't mean they don't put an hour or 2 a day in, or sometimes some guys work actually less than that. Some girls work less, but some work a lot more because they enjoy the process. But it gives you more money, more time to do the things you want to do. So this person here is going to be your new identity. So this new identity, what do they do? How do they think? What do you do when you wake up in the morning? Where do you want to live? How much holidays do you want to go on a year? Do you want to take that Hawaii trip you've always wanted to do? Do you want to come to the Shard for a couple of nights? I've been here, I'm actually at the Shangri-La Shard in London right now for a couple of nights, but it's because it was a choice. And I'm filming, but it's also a choice that I made, guys, because I've got that freedom, because I've got financial independence, because I made a decision. Okay, guys? So that's what it's all about, making a decision. But I want you to get clear, what do you want, and how can this be a vehicle that can actually get you there? 3 is the how. How does this stuff work in practice, right? So it's important that you actually understand the vehicle that's going to get you there, step one, why property and wholesaling and option contracts and creative property strategies is the right opportunity, why anyone can do it, and why you should do it. Okay, guys, I really want you to emphasize that and understand that. And my goal with these video series is to teach you, educate you, and inspire you, and essentially keep it simple so you can break through, so you can make the change that you want to make, okay? And number 3 is the map. How do you do it? So how do you implement this stuff? So on the next video, I'm going to go into more depth on why these strategies as well. I'll go in a little bit more detail. But how do you start implementing these strategies? Okay, guys, because it's very important you understand the practical steps that this old self now, this current self that you're going to change. What do you need to do to get from here to here, say making 6-7 grand a month? That's normally the financial freedom number most people have. Some it's a lot more, some it's actually a lot less. What actions do you need to do? And your why is going to be the fuel that's actually going to make it happen. Okay, guys? So what I want to do, so I'm going to do a little exercise with you now, a little goal setting exercise. And this is to actually get clear on what you truly want. So if we have like a grid here, and we have your sort of targets here, your sort of outcomes, okay, what you actually want to achieve. So your outcome. So this is your goal. So what do you want to achieve, guys? So I want you to answer this question, actually write it down and do this exercise with me. What do you want to achieve in the next 90 days financially? In the next 6 months? And in the next 12 months? So the next 90 days, 6 months and 12 months, work out specifically what would you like and set yourself a goal, okay? The second step is, the second question rather to ask yourself is, why do you want that? So you've got to be clear, specific, and go into detail. What is going to be the fuel that actually makes this a reality? Okay? What is going to be the fuel that actually makes this a reality? You need to get clear. So what I want you to do is ask yourself intelligent questions. You ask yourself smart questions, you're going to get intelligent answers from your mind. Rather than why me, it's hard, I'm frustrated. Ask yourself intelligent questions. So how, why do I want to do this? Because it's going to give me more freedom. Because it's going to allow me to travel, give back. Just to have more choices, confidence. So get clear, guys, specifically for you on an individual basis, why you want to start making more money, and please be specific with it, because the power of the mind, when you be specific and focused, you can get enormous amount of results, okay, guys, because you're focused on what you want, and where focus goes, energy flows, okay? If you focus on something and you just focus on that, you get what you want. But most people focus on what they don't want. I don't want this to happen, I don't want that to happen, and they attract it in, because you're like a magnet in life. You attract what you think and who you are and the vibration you give off. So if you start to realize, focus on what I want, and then you cultivate a plan. So instead of just being all pie in the sky and just going, I want more freedom and this is what I want, you need to actually take action. You need to put output out to get input back, right? So you need to have a plan. So the plan is going to be property wholesaling, basically being a good matchmaker. But you need to understand how that works. You need to know the steps and the sequences, because once you understand how, you know your target, you know why you're doing it, then you're unstoppable, guys. Because you always have to start off first with what do you want, why do you want to do it, the plan, and then action. So this is the actual action, which is very important. that's actually going to get you results. So it's implementing this plan. So what you learn about property, about being a good matchmaker, because that's essentially what wholesaling is, essentially the opportunity, the amazing opportunity right now that we have that's making this possible is we have the internet. So we can reach anyone, anywhere, instantly. And with property investing and deal sourcing and wholesaling, essentially what we're doing, guys, and you're going to learn in the next video, is we are being a good matchmaker. Our job is to find sellers that want to sell their homes, motivated sellers that want to sell their home fast, and buyers, landlords and investors that want to buy homes. And our job has got to be to know the knowledge, get a good deal, make it a win-win situation, and be the middleman. Control the property without owning it, match them and take a fee. That's essentially what wholesaling is. I'll go into a little bit more detail, but that is the big picture of how this works. You get a good deal, you match it, and you get paid in between. You get paid very handsomely. Yes, you get paid on average £4,000 per deal. I've had clients make 22 grand profit on deals. I've had a client make 100,000 euros on one deal from Ireland. I've had people do 5 grand deals, 10 grand deals. Some people do their first deal at 2 grand, but they're making money and they're growing. But that's because the opportunity absolutely sinks into place when you know what you want. You know the reason why you're doing it. You've got a clear plan that you can follow, and you're taking action on that plan, guys. Because if you follow them to a T and you follow these 3 steps, which is applying the no money down creative property strategies, which are option contracts and lease options and all these amazing strategies that college did not teach you. The only way you can learn is by learning from someone. If the internet wasn't here, you have to bump into them at a nice hotel or read some books. But most people were not sharing that information. Now with the internet, you've got people like me and other people that are teaching this stuff so you can basically apply it in your life, guys. So the internet has made it possible for the average person now to kick ass, and there's no excuses now, guys, because anyone can access what they need to access. But you need to know your reason why, guys. So I really want you to write this down. Why do you want to get into property? Why do you want more money? Get clear on that. Before the next video, I want you to write down as an exercise and get very clear on specifically why you want to achieve what you wrote down as your goals and targets. And in the next video, I'm going to break down how you can actually achieve that goal. I'm going to break down and not hold anything back. I'm going to walk you through specifically how you can actually build a rental portfolio without ever applying for mortgages, getting your credit checked, putting any money down. You're simply controlling the asset with a lease contract and an option to buy. And this is a wealth building rental portfolio strategy called lease options. They've been around for donkey's years. I've done loads, clients have done loads. They simply work, and there's a very simple recipe and a blueprint to follow. Also, I'm going to talk about just flipping contracts, cheap houses and flipping them on for 5, 10 grand to buy. It's a very easy strategy anyone can do, and I'm going to break down how the below market value method works. And I'm also going to give you some great tips on how to find sellers and buyers and the process of matching these two together and how simple it is. So in the next video, guys, it's going to be released to you in the next 2 days or so. Make sure you check your emails for that, because I'm not going to be releasing these videos again. It's a very limited opportunity right now, and this is my favor to you just for paying attention and really being open to this stuff, because it changed my life. And my goal, my whole mindset and my whole coaching team's philosophy is only one philosophy we have: working with the right clients that are dedicated and follow our blueprint, which we guarantee, by the way. And we have one method and mindset and mentality, and that's to get clients results. It's as simple as that. Our goal is to get results. So if you want results, watch the next video. And the next video is which will be with you in about 48 hours. Make sure you check your emails. It's all going to be about how you can build a portfolio with no money, credit, or experience, and how you can flip contracts from the comfort of your own home. If you're traveling, if you live in a different country, it doesn't matter. We run it from this thing called a laptop and the internet connection. So I'll see you in the next video, and catch you soon.